guys. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. This Honorable Commissioners meeting in Roane County, Tennessee is now in session. The Honorable Chairman Shannon Hester presiding. God bless these United States, the great state of Tennessee, in this honorable meeting. At this time, please join me in place to our nation's flag. Afterwards, please remain standing. Commissioner Hooks will lead us in prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's bow our heads. Our good Lord, it's again that we've come to you in this chamber. Thanking you for another opportunity, Lord, to be able to serve this great county and this great state. Lord, help us, Lord, that we can make the decisions that, Father, not only would be good for our county, but, Father, would be pleasing unto you. Lord, and we thank you for this season, Lord. We thank you for your son, Jesus, came and died on Calvary. Gave us life, Lord, eternal. Lord, if we would only accept him. Now go with us, Lord, as we go through the business. Let it be conducted in decent and in order. Give us the praise for it, God, and we'll give you the thanks and glory for it all. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. You may be seated. Please silence your cell phones. All right, go ahead and sign in if you ain't already. We do have 4 present. All right, need a motion to approve the minutes from our previous meeting. Motion by Duff, second by Gann. Commissioner Duff.
Nothing.
Commissioner Gann.
Nothing further, sir.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. Need a motion to accept committee reports and correspondence. Motion by Hooks, second by Duff. Commissioner Hooks.
Nothing, sir.
Commissioner Duff.
Nothing.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk.
Go ahead. Apologize.
All right, motion carries. All right, list of notaries. And I'll need a motion by Henderson, second by Hooks. Commissioner Henderson.
I just appreciate your willingness to serve.
Commissioner Hooks.
Same here, Mr. Chairman.
All right. And it's come that time for our hearing from our delegation, or hearing from the public. So if you'd like to speak, you'd be invited getting ahead of myself, I apologize. Any discussion, any debate? Motion carries. All right, as I was saying, hearing of our delegation, or hearing from the public. If you would like to at this time, step up to the podium and speak. Be mindful of your time.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Lisa Joseph. I am the Roane County Republican Party Chairwoman. We are having a first ever Republican primary this year. We encourage all politicians that are Republicans to join our meetings, become members. Our first day for petitions is going to be on December 22nd. The qualifying deadline is February 26th. Early voting begins April 15th through the 30th, and the election day is May 5th. This is a hardcore Republican county, and it's now time to stand up and declare that we are a hardcore Republican county. So I look forward to all the incumbents that are hardcore and work so hard for our county already to come in and make sure that you run in your primary, because our goal is to have a Republican in every seat that's up for re-election coming up for our primary. I'm open to questions if there's anybody has any questions.
Lisa, can you give those dates again so everybody can make sure they have them?
Our first day to pick up petitions is December 22nd. The qualifying deadline is going to be February 26th. Early voting begins April 15th through the 30th. Election day is May 5th. We are going to be working very hard to make sure that we get the public out for our primaries. We have postcard campaigns, phone calls, and we are considering door knocking and doing billboards. So we're working very hard to make sure that everyone gets out and vote. It's so important to keep Roane County red.
Hey, Lisa,
Yes.
what's the cost?
Right now, the state is picking up the tab that they have encouraged all counties. Out of 95 counties, there's only 2 counties left that aren't holding a Republican primary.
You said the election day is May 5th, that's the primary?
No, election day is May 5th of the primary. Correct, yes,
That's the
correct.
primary. election
Yes,
day. Okay.
yes. That'll be the first series in a set of the election governor.
I got a question. So this is where you gotta declare the party that you're gonna run in.
Correct.
Okay, that's what I'm.
So if you plan on running and you want to run as a Republican, I encourage you to go ahead and pick up a petition. Let me know that you're running in our party as a Republican, so I don't have to look for a candidate to primary you. Any other questions? I really thank you for your time, and I look forward to each and every one of you joining in and coming to our meetings. Wade's been there many times. Every elected official that comes into my meeting, I give them time and space to be able to tell them what's going on, what their platform is, and that way my people can go out into the community and spread the good work that you're doing. So I do appreciate all of you that have come. I know many of you have come to my meetings. They're great. We have Americans for Prosperity coming in next month and giving a talk. It's always the third Monday of every month at 6:30 at the Kingston Community Center. So I look forward to seeing each and every one of these fine Republicans up here at my next meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. All right, next.
My name's Karen Roane, and I live south of the river. I see both of my people are here tonight. What I want to address you on is just something to think about. Our country is really richly blessed that we can go out and vote, we can express our opinions, we can try to do for the community what you would want. I want you to think about the money that we spend every election to get a bill passed. And then it's very aggravating to see that it's not even enforced. And it really is. It's very sad that this happens. I want you to think about what they might be trying to do over on Longville Road. I do not want to see that happen, what they did over at the golf course. We passed a law in 2016 that no area can be annexed into any city unless there's a vote from the people that are in that community. And that was not done. The people that were around that place even went and objected to it, and the city still went over their heads. So just give it some thought that you know, I live south of the river. We always thought that the river would be our boundary to keep us out of the city, and now they're doing things all over the place. So just kind of think about that and how you would feel if it was your parents or grandparents that were suddenly being forced to do something that they really didn't want to do. And I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next.
Hi, everybody. My name is Casey Schnocky. I live at 324 Eldron Lane. I wanted to speak to you all today to publicly thank my district commissioner, so that's the 6th district, as well as one of our county planning commissioners for joining me and the other residents of the Longville community at the December 2nd Kingston City Council meeting, or Kingston City Council workshop. This workshop was looking at annexation requests of 1900 Longville Road. This is the same piece of property submitted for a rezone request from A2 Developing Agricultural to R4 PUD in the month of October of this year. This request, as I'm sure you know, has been withdrawn. I would like to thank the commission, Mr. Cresswell, and the planning commission for listening to the community and working toward a long-range plan that not only supports growth, but helps to protect our existing communities in the county in the process. The annexation request from this property owner looks to circumvent the county process to enable a rezone of this property through Kingston City. If the city annexes this piece of property, there will not be a city road connecting it. You, the county commission, can oppose annexation on this fact alone. Furthermore, if this annexation is allowed to go through, it undermines the county's planning process and sets a dangerous precedent for individuals, whether they be property owners, businesses, etc., to bypass the county and go to the city when something is unpopular in its community. In the working session, I requested that the Kingston City Council work with the county commission and the county planning commission on long-range planning to help protect our existing communities as we grow. I hope that they have done so. Thank you for your continued work for and support of our rural communities.
Thank you, ma'am. Anyone else want to address the county commission? All right, hearing none, seeing none, next will be the county attorney's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't have anything to report. Does anybody have any questions about anything?
Where's our lawsuits at that are against the county?
What lawsuits in particular? are you
We have,
referring to?
don't we have two lawsuits that, you mentioned, recent, one for a property, both of them were over property. When did we go to court on those?
Well, we have one that was filed and there's never been any summonses served, so that won't go to court until there are summonses served.
Okay.
That's the only one that I can think of that's over property.
That's at 6.
Okay, that one, the asset 6 case, the insurance company is taking over the defense on that.
Okay, thank you, sir. Commissioner Brady, you have a question?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, with the zoning and rezoning popping around, they say it can come back to us if the city annexes that. So what teeth, is it the roadway? I mean, what do we have? I'm just confused as to what teeth do we have for that, for example?
If that's something you would like me to look into, I can do that and I can have you an opinion by next month.
Yeah, I would like to
Okay, I'll do that.
look forward to that.
All right, any other? All right, next will be the county executive report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Refer to your rundown head up in front of you. I'm just gonna point out a few highlights here. First of all, on the first one, I'm thrilled to report that our auditors from the comptroller's office met with me, with Mr. Jenkins from the schools, met with Mr. Ferguson from our road superintendent and our staff to report that our fiscal year 2025 audit. Of course, Ms. Hasbrook was there, but it was a clean audit for our departments that we're responsible for. We had a clean audit, so we're thrilled to report that we had no audit findings in our respective departments. And then the second point there, I'm super thrilled to also congratulate the Roane County Assessor of Property, Molly Hardick, on being awarded the 2025 Assessor of the Year. Joining Ms. Hardick are her mom and dad here tonight, it's a special guest. Very thankful for them to be here too, but Molly's team has done an outstanding job in the face of unimaginable adversity inside and outside of her office. I'm so glad that the State Association saw the job they did in a very tough reappraisal. We've all seen that, been through that with her, and to see them come out the other side and her being assessed a year is fantastic, so congratulations.
Thank you.
I also want to point out Josh Lynn's here? There you go, Josh. So Josh and his team continue to save the county thousands of dollars. By completing infrastructure and public works type projects. As of this evening, there are 24 new parking places on the other side of the jail. There's about to be 30 total, and we're working ourselves up to 50. Well, that may not mean a whole lot on nights like this, when it's easier to park close by, but I'll guarantee you, on days when all 4 of our courtrooms are full, it will come in very handy and hopefully ease some of our congestion here. Josh and his team and the public works projects they're doing for us are saving the county thousands and thousands of dollars. I want to thank them and congratulate them on all they're doing for us too. Turn the page here. You all received emails from Kaylee today about TCSA County Government Day. She's gone ahead and reserved a block of rooms for anybody that wants to go. Just let her know as soon as possible so that we can lock you all in for those rooms and then free up the rooms that we won't need on that. A couple other notes. I want to publicly thank the city of Kingston for, you've seen a ton of renovations around this courthouse. We got the courthouse decorated for Christmas right now, but they just completed the project of sidewalk refurbishment in front of the courthouse on Ray Street and put up the light poles, the decorative light poles. We didn't know that was coming. It was an added touch. So I just want to thank the city of Kingston for continuing our project to make this building what it can be, what it was meant to be. And then finally, last point is we continue to try to hire a planner in our, when Glenn Cofer retired in October, we've been looking for a planner ever since. This has proven to be a little bit more challenging than we thought. We've had several interviews and we're still in that process. But we've got several documents that need to be updated as soon as possible. Land use planning, zoning regulations, county growth map is gonna have to be addressed. That'll be the first orders of business, but we can't do that till we have a planner in place. So just letting you all know that's being worked on as hard as we can go right now. That concludes my report. Glad to take any questions.
Sir, how quick are y'all looking at maybe having 50 parking spots out there?
We've got 24 tonight as of about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock this afternoon. So we'll go to 30 by tomorrow and we're working on getting to 50. We got to work out that time, but we got 30 tomorrow. And we'll open up, we got some more projects. We got to put some light poles out there, some signage. We'll announce it to courthouse staff within the next probably week or so, something like that. So it'll be open by first of the year for sure.
And you'll start paving after that? I mean,
Well, that's a budget thing. So, but it's a pug packed with a roller. So it's in really good shape. We don't anticipate we'll have to pave for a while. As we go through the budget process, maybe paving's one of our projects, maybe not. We'll see.
I just know women in high heels.
Yes, that has been a consideration of ours, but that pug is so tight, you could walk across it with high heels right now.
They tried it.
I have I'm not gonna do that.
A few of us attended the last road committee meeting. And we talked about the Lobble Road, the traffic, maybe what we could or couldn't do. And Mr. Ferguson talked about putting some signs up about the trucks on Hamilton Road. Road study has been done, but I don't think it's came back yet. But he was asking, I'm asking you maybe to call the mayor of Oak Ridge and see what he's willing to do on those few back roads. If he'd be willing to close them, or if he'd be willing to do something to help us going off on Longville.
You saw the county attorney gave you a list of the things that have to happen to be able to change the access to the road, right?
Right, so they're going down that, but I asked, and I think Mr. Ferguson's gonna talk to him or try. But the mayor of Oak Ridge, if maybe we contact him, it's a simple, that's his. What is he willing to do, or would he be willing to do on his end? We can't control his end, but he can. Will he work with us?
Well, so before I do that though, I would also like to consult the two that represent that district. So that, the Oak Ridge district.
Yeah.
So Commissioner Cunningham, Commissioner Duff too.
I'm opposed to closing roads. Those folks are county residents. They're using that road. Many residents there are using that road to work in our school system and go to the schools, various schools within the county. We have an administrator there. We've got firefighters that live in there from our county. So as far as limiting access or discriminating against somebody because they live in the preserve, I would be opposed to that.
So, and I would also refer to the county attorney too, so on the things that are required before access can change, you issued an opinion on that, correct?
Correct.
I'm not aware that any of those things being executed right now.
The road study has been done. He's waiting on, Mr. Ferguson just walked in actually, so it has been done, he said. So he's waiting on, I guess, the official.
I wasn't aware of a road study being completed.
Huh?
I wasn't aware of a road study that had been completed.
So I see what Mr. Duff is saying, but also where it's coming out and the families that's having the problems and stuff. I know it's a seesaw, a balance, but 3 minutes the other way on the 4-lane highway and maybe a bad accident, you know, if there's something we can do, I'd like to see if there's something, at least look at it, see if there's something. I don't, but until we talk to them, we don't know what they might be.
Who's doing the road study, county or state? County. Mr. Ferguson.
Would you like to tell who's doing the road study or how or where we're at with it?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, ladies and gentlemen, audience. Collier Engineers who's doing it. And they've got it, they've not presented, to me yet. I'd had them come down before this was ever talked about. A year or so ago, or a year or so ago, about a year ago, had them to go up and look at that road and what we could do. Now, I think that we have, and I told the road committee the other night and those that were there, some folks, I think we're gonna have about 3 foot on each side. Because I already looked at maybe, I wanted to see about widening that road. And so they're gonna present, my understanding is they've done the survey and looked at it. And, the engineers put it together. And so, once they get to me, have them to come up and show me exactly what they present to make that show, because you got Century Acres back there. This has been asked, and I said something about it at the road the other day, Joe, what's his wife's name? He passed away.
Roscoe.
Roscoe, yeah, his wife had asked me about this years ago. And I told her, I said, yes, so I started working on it, had them come up there, commission, and asked them to look at it. And so they're gonna come back and show us a plan. If we do that, that was gonna be our plan to widen that road to help it. And I told the committee that we put some signs up there about some trucks, you know, to maybe deter them a different way, heavy load trucks going in and out there. But we could widen that road so those folks from Century Acres and up in the preserve, and everybody could use that road, it'd be a safer road there. Any other questions?
I think it's just, yeah, still up there, you know, I don't know. Until we ask, we don't know. I'm just asking that we ask. Thank you.
You talk about Oak Ridge.
Right.
Yeah, I had, talked to Mr. Duff about this and, Commissioner Flowers about this, that we could talk to them about it, but also relate to what Mr. Duff said. I don't know if we can, that'd be a legal thing, if we can say, hey, because you live in the reserve, you pay county taxes, you can't drive on the road. So that's the reason I was trying to say, hey, we widen the road, made it safer, you know, would be a good road for everybody to travel on, from the preserve and from the people out there at Century Acres and there. Now, there's something that I had brought up the other night, if you remember, Commissioner Bill, that, you know, one of these days, the commission will look at that little house over there. I call it Bill Hall's house, where he used to live, Bill Debbie years ago. Some of you all probably remember him, but that there, if we could ever straighten that out right there, would help that curve that goes inside, towards Hamilton Road. If that could ever, I'm not saying to purchase it, but if the county could see fit to purchase that and straighten that out, because I believe in time, regardless of what we do with growth that's going here, there, or wherever, Commissioner, that bridge that we put in there, we had that little section of land there where that house goes, we could widen that and straighten that out and get down that curve. So those people coming back there, it would open that up, better for them to travel on and be safer if we could maybe look at that. down the road, I think that'd be a good option. Any other questions?
Dennis, if you don't care, would you notify our chairman of the road committee when you get that information, so
Oh, yes.
we could have a meeting and
Yes.
you could discuss with us and maybe have a representative from your engineer?
Yeah, I was gonna have the engineer, Jeff Stevens, come down, and I'd also told those folks that was there, they could be welcome to come down. That's just a plan that I thought that would work. I thought it would widen the road, it would help, people coming out there, because the road is narrow, I agree with that, it is narrow. It would help everybody from coming from Century Acres and wherever it is reserved, it opened that up. And then the commission think about, I know, Commissioner Wilson had talked about this, you know, about that intersection there, that if we could maybe look at something back when I mentioned about that house, and he thought it'd be a good idea, because it would open that up from there. And I think it'd be safe, a lot safer coming in out there.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No.
Chair recognizes Commissioner Wilson. Mr. Criswell, I wanna just bring this out in the open for everybody. Commissioner Parks had kind of brought up the last meeting, we were talking about the direction we were wanting to go in the county. So after we get a certified planner, are we looking in the area of a consultant that will meet with this commission, will meet with planning and get us in the right direction of our vision that we're wanting to do for the county, such as if we have, that will address the subdivisions and developments that come in, because we only have one chance to get this right, and it'll deal with, I'm wanting to deal with density, high density, you know, what we're wanting to lay out for subdivisions, such as all brick, we're looking at affordable housing, what are we, in the direction. So if we have somebody that meets that criteria, that will meet with the commission and put our aspects into play with the planning, is that what we're looking at next after we get a certified planner in place?
Short answer is yes. I feel like we need a planner in place first, because I don't want a cart and horse situation. And I want to use whoever we hire as a resource on exactly what we're gonna need as a consultant. And it may be that whoever we hire is capable of leading us through that process as well. But we've got a county growth, map or plan, a land use plan, and zoning regulations that were adopted in 2001. They have been readopted over the years at the frequency they require, but they're dated, to say the least. So when we get these requests for larger developments, for example, that want R4 or some similar type zoning, we're not equipped with that, with the documents that we have in place. So we've got to get through that process as quickly as possible. It will definitely involve the will of this commission and the public for us to get to an endpoint with each of those documents. And that will guide our growth for the rest of our lives. I mean, it'll obviously be updated as we go. But yes, that's where we are. It's what has to happen. And we want to make sure we do this the right way, in the right order, and end up with something that we can all be proud of in the end. Now, land use planning is by its nature somewhat controversial, because you're looking at areas you want to promote growth, you want to look at areas you want to protect from growth. And that is going to be, there's going to be tension in each of those areas. It's always that way. So, but it's a necessary process that we have to go to get to where we need to be. That's where we are, it's where we're headed. I wish it was a little bit more expeditious than we're moving, but I want to make sure we hire the right person.
Well, I guess that was my question, how expeditious we were gonna be, because as these companies come in, as things start developing, it's gonna get faster and faster.
We need to have done this 5 years ago.
Exactly.
Now, here's something that I feel like is, I don't want to say too much, but I feel like we're somewhat capped in what we can offer. State of Tennessee sets what our or elected officials make. Well, that creates a ceiling on what you can offer. And if it's a market to get a planner to want to come here and work here, you're limited on what you can offer. And I think that's one of our challenges that we're having, trying to pull an adequate pool of candidates. And that being said, we've had some good candidates. We've had really good candidates. And we continue to go through that process. I just want to make sure we hire the right one.
Okay. Appreciate it. All right, Chair recognizes, Commissioner Hamilton.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment about the previous conversation about Lava Road, the preserve. Of course, you know, I live out there, 6 generations deep, so there's no one more invested in this than I am. When this whole process of the Longville rezoning happened several weeks ago, I personally went out and through Longville Road from Galahad to the end of the interstate, Old Union, as well as Hamilton Road, I personally measured the road in 27 places. So the two things I continue to hear from our residents out there is just not just the condition of the road, but the speed. And while we know our officers, Chief Phillips, they're busy, I get it. But I will tell you, several years ago, prior to my tenure on this commission, I believe there was an initiative for officer patrol out there, and we began to get some tickets and that kind of thing. That did slow people down. So I would just request, when we're thinking about rezoning roads, whatever, it's not just the condition of the road, it is the speed and the monitoring of the road. So if we can get speed bumps, I'm not sure signage, I'm not sure. I know at one point we talked about no big trucks. Who's there to monitor that? I don't know who's gonna do that. But I do think you can't look at with one without the other. So if there's any extra officer out there, Chief Phillips, that needs something to do, I know there's not, but we would greatly appreciate it. As someone who lives on that road, who sees it every day, cannot send my 82-year-old mother across the road to get the mail, their mail. We would appreciate any patrol that we could do. Our county does a great job keeping check on things out there, and I just want to say thank you to you and your officers for what you do, but if you could give us just a little bit more to start writing some tickets, we'd appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right, any other questions for the county executive? Sir, that concludes your report.
Yes.
All right, we'll move on to new business. Be advised, item number 4 and item number 8 are gonna be removed from the agenda tonight. 4 needs to go back to the property, and 8 needs to go back to the budget. So, all right, starting with resolution 12-2501, resolution to approve a fire service contract between Life Science LLC and the city of Rockwood. Motion by Duff, second by Gann. Commissioner Duff.
We have a company that wants to contract with the city of Rockwood Fire Service, and they need our approval.
Commissioner Gann.
Nothing.
Any discussion, any debate? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk. All right, motion carries. Resolution 12-2502, a resolution to clarify a previous resolution, and this is by name, if you remember the section on it. Number, to clarify 92407. Motion by Parks, a second by Hooks. Commissioner Parks.
Is this one about we ain't got the agenda.
Building
inspector.
Building inspector.
Oh, the building
Had it
inspector.
by name.
Oh, no. Okay, no, nothing further.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, this is our,
This is our.
This is
yeah,
our-
yeah, okay, yeah, so, can you clarify, the county attorney on exactly what we just passed this last year?
If you look at what was passed last year, which is attached to it, resolution 92407. The resolution says it recommends the adoption of the RV, regulations that were attached to it, but nothing in the body of it specifically adopts those regulations. So to clarify it, I drafted this new resolution to specifically say that you are adopting those regulations, so we don't run into issues trying to enforce them.
All right, Commissioner Hooks.
I'm good.
All right, any discussion, any debate? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk. All right, motion carried. Resolution 12-2503, resolution to clarify and revise number 12-2304 and to fill vacancy on short-term rental committee created by the retirement of the building inspector. Motion by Hamilton, second by Hendricks. Commissioner Hamilton.
This is just to clarify the language and the type of folks who are on that committee.
And then, Commissioner Hendrickson.
Nothing further, sir.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. All right, motion carried. And the next resolution is, I'm sorry, I'm missing one out of my packet here, so it will be, four, but, yeah, but I'm missing 5, so hold on, let me,
You need one?
nah, I'm gonna scroll up to it here, I apologize, guys. Resolution authorizing Roane County Environmental Review Board to develop and adopt new, adopt bylaws. Motion by,
Skip solution.
am I wrong?
No, you're right. She's on the board.
So you're stuck on,
There we go.
okay. And do I have if you make the motion and second, go ahead and do it again, please. Okay, motion by Parks and second by Hendrickson. Commissioner Parks.
Nothing further.
Commissioner Hendrickson.
Nothing further, sir.
Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. All right, motion carried. Then 12-2506, a resolution amending the resolution 080704 regarding attendance requirement for members of the Environmental Review Board. Motion by Commissioner Gann, second by Commissioner Hamilton. Commissioner Gann.
Yeah, that committee has had several members who have had a long stay of absence, so they want to be able to have a way to remove those from the committee, is all.
Commissioner Hamilton.
And I would just add to that is that there was a couple meetings we weren't able to have quorum because of that, so we appreciate your support.
All right. Any discussion, any debate? Madam Clerk. All right, motion carries. Next, resolution 12-2507, a resolution to amend the general fund 101 budget reflecting changes in salary and benefits associated with the assistant planner and the hiring of the planner. Motion by Kirby, second by Duff. Commissioner Kirby.
Nothing further.
Commissioner Duff.
This is increasing the line for that supervisor pay because we will be paying 2 supervisors, we're only paying 1 now, but, the previous, planner is on the payroll through February 6th.
February 6th.
February 6th, so this is increasing that line, because of that. But each day that we go without a planner, it reduces the amount that we need to increase.
Yes, sir. All right, any other discussion, any other debate? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk. All right, motion carries. Remember, we're pulling 8.
Mr. Chairman, can I make a note on that, just to let the commission know that the contributions were made to the 4 food pantries that came and requested last month. Why we're pulling this is because the resolution we proposed, it's in the packet, Budget Committee felt like they wanted to use funds from a different part of the budget. So we're gonna rework that resolution for next month. It'll be in January's packet. Does that sound accurate?
Yes.
All right. Next one is a resolution to amend the budget fund for the 131 Highway Department reflecting changes in salary and benefits associated with the transition of a part-time retiree employee to a full-time. Motion by Hendricks, second by Kirby. Commissioner Hendrickson.
Nothing further.
Commissioner Kirby.
Nothing further. Mr. Ferguson, like to speak or anything on it?
Let me say, this is for an employee that's worked at the Highway Department for many years, Jim Beeson. And he asked if he'd like to come back full-time. We'd love to have him back. He has some paperwork that he has to turn in, get some paperwork back from his Tennessee retirement, to make sure everything's good. He's talked to him, feel like everything's good. We're waiting on that, to give it to the mayor, Jennifer, and them, before we can go forward with that. But we'd love to have him back full-time. He does a good job.
Thanks, sir.
All right, any other discussion, any other debate? Madam Clerk. Motion carries. Resolution 122510, a resolution authorizing budget amendment within the general capital fund to transfer funds from 171 balance to 171 CHJ, and that's courthouse and jail maintenance, provide additional funding for the juvenile HVAC ductwork replacement. Motion by Duff, second by Wilson. Commissioner Duff.
The bid that came back was 11.5% higher than what was budgeted for this project. So we put additional funds in there to be able to accept that contract.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Wilson.
Nothing further, it has been through the proper committee.
One request to speak, Commissioner Hooks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's been many years ago, but I was the one that started this fund. My only question is, it was to retire, originally it was to retire the debt of the jail or the maintenance of the jail. Then it was amended, then they added the courthouse. So now are we saying that it also can be used for juvenile? Is that what we're saying under the guidelines of the bill that was passed tonight?
Yeah, I don't know your answer.
Well, that's the premise that we're operating to apply these funds to this expenditure. If the commission has a different idea about where these funds should come from to pay this, and what this is, by the way, is just a difference in, it's basically timing. That when this, project was bid was after the budget had been approved for this, and it was a difference of $23,000. So the proposal before you is to pull from 171 CHJ to pay for that overage. If there's a different place the commission would like budget committee to consider, then obviously you can do that.
And I'd have to go back and I would ask the county attorney to go back and look at that, statute to see specifically what it could be used for. This is fees that are attached to the both criminal and civil warrants. And originally it was if we had a debt on the jail, to relieve the debt of the jail, construction or renovation of the jail. And then it was added at a later, in Nashville, that we would do courthouse. We would add courthouse to it. To my knowledge, and I may be wrong, I'm just no country boy and I'm getting old. But my knowledge, it was never intended for use of juvenile. Now, and I don't, if they've amended the law and added juvenile, but I think the law was pretty clear. It was pretty clear when I fought to get the law passed that it would be only used for jails and renovation of the jail.
Since we started the courthouse and jail maintenance sub-fund, we have used funds out of the CHJ for the juvenile department.
And it may be okay, but if not, then we've been misrouting funds.
I will say that technically it's the old chart. So that may be how it got used. I'm just saying, that may be how that.
And that might be true, but, you know, if we want to use it for other things, we need to go through the proper channels to use the money.
I think we should get clarification.
Is there any urgency on the?
That would be a land question.
I'm sorry, there is, I was just gonna mention to you that these are overflow offices for courthouse offices. And the sheriff's department's also using that as their offices. So I don't see how it could not fall into that, because juvenile was upstairs. And because of space needs, they moved over there when it was vacant. So those were courthouse offices. And the sheriff's department has, detectives in front. So it's still being used for sheriff and courthouse.
I don't have a problem if it's legal. But I think the law was very specific. And if that's the case, we need to go back and rename or the old jail, the juvenile center. I thought it was still being used as record storage. We moved that to Rockwood. What I'm saying, we just keep stretching the rubber band. Where does it stop at?
I'm gonna have to rebid the project if it doesn't get approved. And it may or may not come in higher, I don't know, but, you know, we can't hold bids like we used to for many months, so.
So there is an urgency, and we have used this sub-fund for that building before, so the precedent is there.
Mr. Attorney, give me an opinion.
I'll have to research it and read the law. I don't know tonight. So are you saying that 171 CHJ is funded solely through court costs? Is that?
It's funded through, the law was passed, and we were the only county, and then all the other counties across the state of Tennessee came on board. It was that, it started out as a $10 fee on each warrant that came through the clerk's office, both criminal and civil. That money was to be used for build house, renovation, or secure, pay toward the debt originally. And then they came back and amended it for courthouse. Then I think they came back and amended it again for courthouse security.
Okay, well, I would have to read the statute before I can answer your question. And Madam Budget Director, I would need to know what goes into this particular account. What funds go into this line item?
So it's funded, by property tax sometimes, and then it's funded by, revenue that goes into the general fund.
So this is not earmarked to be funded solely by court cost?
It is court costs, yes.
But you said property tax as well.
Property tax as well, yes.
Okay, well, I probably need some information about how much of it's court cost, how much of it's property taxes. So, I mean, this isn't a question I can answer for you tonight.
All right, Commissioner Hooks, if you're done, let me move through here. Commissioner Wilson.
So in this instance, on this particular item, I would like to lean on the direction that's been given by our budget director, since we have used to replace the roof at that out of those particular funds for that facility, and we're operating under a clean audit. We move forward because of the urgency. If there is an issue, if there becomes an issue, which I don't anticipate, I feel like we've done our due diligence on this, that we could reallocate, but I don't see that being an issue in this. We've done this before, so this would just be reverb through HVAC instead of a roof this time. Did I say that right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm canceling that.
That's as simple as it would be.
All right, Chair recognizes Commissioner Gaines.
Yeah, so I understand what Mr. Wilson is saying and what the mayor is saying, and it seems like a lot of times we come in here and we say it's an urgency, we gotta do it, change it, just do it right then, but if there is some discrepancies with it, I think that it can wait until the attorney does some research and verifies it, and when we know. So I don't wanna be going against what the law says. Yeah, we just said it.
Let's vote. Any other discussion, any other debate on it? All right, hearing none, seeing none. Madam Clerk. Motion carries 12-2. All right, next resolution. Resolution amending general purpose school fund 141 reflecting changes to revenue.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman, I still like a clarification of what the law says.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get that, you're just not gonna get it tonight.
Okay.
All right, 122501, general purpose school fund reflecting changes to revenue expenditure estimate for, coordinated school health. Motion by Kirby, second by Parks. Commissioner Kirby,
Nothing.
Commissioner Parks.
Nothing further.
Any discussion, any debate? Hearing none, seeing none, Madam Clerk. Motion carries 14. Is there any other business to come forward, Roane County Commission? Hearing none, seeing none.
Motion.
Need a motion to, and a second. Commissioner Henderson, Commissioner Parks. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Merry Christmas. And we're done.
Never is. It's doing good.